The holidays are here, and a friend asked me to do a video explaining how I suggest talking to your difficult or Zionist family members. Personally, a boundary of mine is that I don't have Zionist friends. If you're a Zionist, I want to help you work through things. I want to maintain that connection, but the friendship is on hold until we do. With close family members, such a hard boundary might not make so much sense. So I want to share how I combine nonviolent communication and critical pedagogy in a way that allows me to talk to people who I disagree with that is productive and doesn't alienate them. Strap in, let's learn how to do the work. The first step is to forget about teaching them, surgically implanting your ideas into another person's head in a direct, one-to-one kind of way. This is what Freire calls the banking method. Instead, he suggests adopting more of a Socratic approach that he calls the problem-posing method. This involves treating the other person's thoughts and feelings as valuable sources of insight. I know, what could your crazy grandpa possibly have to teach you? But if you do this, if you problem pose, then instead of them grilling you, you can ask them targeted questions to help them explore unexamined areas in their thought. Where does nonviolent communication come in? Well, first, nonviolent communication suggests getting clear about what the relevant facts are. What are the death tolls, the history, the number of displaced people, so on. This is the time to get on the same page about the facts. Second, in your own way, in your own language and style, try to get that person to talk about how those relevant facts and their observations of them make them feel. Getting them to express how they feel instead of what they think or what their opinions are is essential, because a person is much more likely to hear you and empathize with the people that you're advocating for if first you empathize with them. And they can't feel like you've empathized with them unless they share with you their feelings to empathize with. And they are unlikely to be vulnerable and share their feelings unless they feel safe enough to do so. This is why, if it becomes an argument, you've both already lost. Once you've established the relevant facts and empathized with them, the third step is to talk about needs. Needs are things like freedom, respect, safety, consideration, autonomy, justice, peace, and human rights. Many Zionists are likely to talk about Israelis' unmet need for safety this year. These are legitimate needs, but now it's time to introduce the Palestinians' need for safety as well. Instead of condemning symptomatic violence, NVC suggests looking at the underlying causes, which are the political structures that have failed to meet everyone's needs, and change them. Fourth and finally, we need to talk about specific requests or plans to meet everyone's needs. It's my belief that it is possible to meet everyone's needs in the region. The Zionist demand is for a homeland for Jews and only Jews. Its reality has been a genocidal imposition. The Jews don't need an ethno-state. What they need is safety. And if October 7th has made anything clear, it's that the Israeli project has not only failed to safeguard Palestinian rights, it's also failed to keep Israelis safe as well. How could it keep everyone safe if it requires ongoing crimes against humanity, as I explain here? This stage in the process is about brainstorming ways to safeguard everyone's needs. It seems to me that it's possible with the right targeted questioning to help people realize that the only solution that can help meet everybody's needs is one democratic state, one that ensures equal rights for all and the right of return for Palestinian refugees, which would signal the end of over 75 years of ethnic cleansing. As a sort of concluding side note, I want to share with you a technique that I use when I deal with people that I disagree with. It's what the French psychoanalyst Jacques Lacan called punctuating. Basically, when somebody says something problematic or racist, I just repeat back to them exactly what they just said. Often, mirroring somebody is enough to get them to reflect on what they said and correct it themselves. Happy holidays. Good luck.